Hello everyone, and today I'm finally bringing you the full power zombie combo deck. Now we are incorporating branded because this is objectively the best way to play the deck. Again, as far as I can see, I can't see any way of playing the deck that is better than the consistency of utilizing branded fusion alongside a focus around your Shirinu Solitaire in order to abuse your Doom King Ballardrock. Now if you've never played zombies before and I just threw a bunch of words at you that you don't understand, don't worry about it. We're going to be having a full card for card deck profile at the end of the video. This is actually the deck profile that we were recently playing on stream in the Duelist Cup, and we were performing very well. There were quite a few counter matchups where, you know, we got Harpy Feather Duster like twice or something like that. So there were people who were playing against the deck because, you know, they're preparing to play against Runics. Runics themselves not being very good for this deck because they're banishing all your resources instead of them being sent to the graveyard. So there's not, it's in a weird spot right now where it has in fact got stronger. I don't think at any point we actually utilized. There was one duel where we were about to go into all of our synchro plays and then our opponent just scooped it up. But I don't think there was actually a successful duel in which we utilized those. Most of the time, because we're not playing Aliber or anything like that, you're not always having access to your brand of fusion, barring of course Verte Anaconda. But the majority of the time, you're sort of relying upon your Doom King Ballardrock in order to continually banish and negate your opponent's cards. You're using your Vampire Sucker to draw you more and more cards to build advantage. You're utilizing your arsenal of hand traps, so you're playing 9, 12 hand traps, if you will, if you count Call By and Crossout Designator. So you're playing 12 plus your Super Polys, plus you've got a Feather Duster of your own. So there's a whole load of good things here going on. In terms of new cards, we're not playing a ton of new cards outside of the extra deck, but the one new card I wanted to include was Alco de Mazera. This guy is really fun, really good. I think we only really kind of used him once, because to be honest, we were performing really well. The deck was doing very, very well in the Duelist Cup here. So again, I'm just going to let you get into the stream gameplay, just the zombie stuff. I'm going to show the zombie stream gameplay. And at the very end of the video, I'm then going to go into a card for card deck profile. So if that's what you want to see, stick around after watching the gameplay to sort of contextualize what it is we're talking about. And if you do like what you're seeing and you want to see more of it, feel free to subscribe. Again, we've been undergoing a very big sort of growth boom, so I really appreciate anyone in the last number of days who has been trying to subscribe, as well as those who have been subscribed for significantly longer. I really do appreciate any little bit of support that anyone is willing to provide. So thank you very much. And if you want to get in, you want to get chatting to me or anyone else in our little community of around 50, I think, is in the Discord now. We're running competitions, having conversations, jumping into duel rooms. Feel free. The link's in the description. It's open to anybody, so you can do you. If you want to just lurk and watch conversations, if you want to get actively engaged, you want to ask questions, you want to duel, compete, you do whatever you want to do. It's there for everybody. And on that note, let's get into the gameplay. Why not? Bit of fun. You know, it does actually contain branded, because it's branded is too powerful in zombies not to include it, because being able to drop Ballardrock to graveyard is nuts. It's all Runic Despia and Virus cards. Oh yeah, well I mean Virus is only around because of the because of Runics. As someone was just telling me about the Eradicator virus because of Runics. That's really cool actually. I really like it. So I would honestly love to see that. Also, they got some new support in Dark Lair. They got a couple of new SRs, which is pretty neat. I do want to try those out too. Okay, we've got options here. I think we just raw branded fusion. Yeah, this is great. This is actually a pretty decent hand. So he's probably gonna have Ash. Everyone always freaking does. Or Max C. That's just as bad, if not worse. We're gonna Ash that. We're gonna keep Crossout just in case there's something else he tries to do. Weather Painters, yeah, of course. Weather Painters are pretty dope. You'll love to see it. I think there is, yeah, someone in our Discord who actually won their first round of the CG Open Invite, which is a competition that we run, like a little contest. They won the first round of their entry with Weather Painters. So we're going to fuse Necroworld Banshee alongside our Fallen of Albaz. We only run the one Fallen of Albaz because we don't really need more than one of it. Like, we're not doing any of the Branded and Red shenanigans or anything like that. We're not running any Despia cards. It's just a small Branded engine. So we're going to ditch our Ballardrock. We're going to shuffle back for Mirror Jade. Sick. Then we're going to activate the Necroworld Banshee. Okay. Puts our zombie world out. And we're going to set Super Polypass. We're going to keep Cross-Eyed in hand for a discard target, so all monsters on the field and graveyards are now zombies. That means that our Super Poly will be able to fuse any two monsters together into the Dragon Necro Neversoul Dragon, any two zombies. Mirror Jade has a banish, and then during the standby phase, we get Ballardrock back to the field, which has a banish and a negate. So we are lit. We are sitting ready. Unless our opponent just whips out the Lightning Storm. Why do I speak things into existence? I shouldn't do this to myself. I always do. I always speak the counter into existence. We're going to go Ballardrock in D. So this is going to be this is a decent one. 2 zombie dragon. Yeah, I had 2. Absolutely. I did actually have 2, but then I decided to cut one of them for Starving Venom, because I really wanted to run this guy, the zombie vampire. This guy, alongside one of the new cards. See, I didn't take a lot of the cards from the new structure deck into this. I have some of the synchro monsters, which were really good. And in terms of me, what are you? What are you? Crystal Girl Infuse, level 5 or higher water monster. Excuse you? It's during the end phase. Oh, I guess this is probably like Umi control. Oh, zombie vamp. Yeah. Waifu? I thought that was a dude. That's a dude. Possibly. Whatever it is, if it relies on its typing, it's screwed. You've been trapped. That's a whole ass guy, my friend. That's there's the Linkaribo. Do we care about any of this? Oh, what, mate? Hang on. That's against the rules. You can't do that. Hang on. Right, we're gonna drop the Albion. That's gonna trigger this guy. Absolutely. Since when has it being a guy ever stopped anybody? 100%. We're gonna banish the Immortal Phoenix from the graveyard because what the hell are you on about, man? He tried to raw me. What? Why? Where was this when I was playing Dark Magician? Why did I get 3 of the sweatiest guys in the locker room when I was trying to have fun, but I load up a zombie deck, which is actually good, and then they try to hit me with raw? What? We're gonna set the well, not gonna set it. We're gonna add it to our hand. That's what I'm saying. Like the follow-up with the Branded Fusion. The Branded adds a lot to this deck. Branded itself, I get. People don't like. It's very strong, but in the was that? Wait, hang on. Did he just add a Guardian Slime? I thought that was Dimension Shifter. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Dimension Shifter would be bad, but Guardian Slime still isn't ideal, but it's also not terrible. What do we have in the extra deck still? We can go into Titaniclad, I guess. Can we go into Titaniclad? We can go into Titaniclad. We'll do that. I think that's fine. We go Branded Fusion. Yeah. 100%. It's actually nuts. So this is actually one of the new cards that came out, and I love this card so much. It just protects you. What's up, buddy? This is, it has to be like my favorite out of the new zombie cards, because it just protects everything. Like even in the free-to-play version, I spam this card a lot, but even in like the paid version, which is this, I have to play at least one of it. Well, it's nice to have you around, even if it's just for a while. We're playing against what seems to be Egyptian gods. Mazira is nice. Oh, you mean the warrior of Zira? Absolutely. Now he is going to Guardian Slime us, which is fine. Like, we can get rid of it. It's not a problem. I'm gonna deal 3,700. It just means we can't go for lethal this turn. Absolutely. Yeah, it is BS. We played 3 games of Dark Magician and we get paired against like freaking adventure branded Sword Souls, all of this nonsense. We go in the first game with an actual competent deck and we get paired against this. What is going on? I mean, this guy is my hero and everything, but like, come on, where were you like 2 duels ago? Come on. This is fine, because we can just banish this. Like, we don't care. Like, what's he gonna do about it? See, he can turn this guy into the Egyptian God Slime right away. He can't. No, he can still Kaiju us, yeah. So Kaiju is tribute for a special summon. The only thing we're stopping them from doing is tribute summon. God Slime incoming. Yeah, I don't know if we need to, because the God Slime can't be targeted, right? But it can still be banished by the Mirror Jade. So I don't have to get rid of this right now. I can wait. And which of the 3 gods can he summon that are actually going to pose a problem? All of them can just be banished. Like, that's just, it's so sad. We're going to go for Ash Blossom, and our opponent sort of messed up because now we have the opportunity to go into Ballardrock to banish his Guardian Slime. So now I don't even need to think about it because we still have our quick play banish with the Mirror Jade whenever we want. But now we have our soft banish here. We're going to banish this Guardian Slime. Get your dumb ass out of here. And we Ash his Extravagance. This wasn't the end. Absolutely. Dark Magician versus Raw. That would be amazing. Freaking Yugi versus Marek. But no, instead it's freaking Bones versus Marek. Why wasn't Bones in the final of the Duelist Cup? Why is my video paused? Who paused my music? Ooh, we get to win. Again, we're just gonna see if we can harvest like every possible gem from this event. Like, we're gonna stream for like the 4 hours, and at the very end of it, we're just gonna use all of the gems at once in just a big pack opening. I've never done that sort of live or on video or anything like that. Might as well. This sure is a hand. Sure is a collection of cards that does in fact exist. Streamer luck. Yeah, anyone else will tell you, like, my luck is atrocious. It is actually offensive to all 5 senses. It is awful. Gonna go Glow Up Bulb. Bloom, sorry. Glow Up Bulb is banned. I think so, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's banned. Glow Up Bloom, however, is not banned, and we will be link summoning into the Link of Karibu. Link Karibu, that will trigger the Glow Up Bloom to banish itself, and our opponent's going to try and Ash this. I'm going to ruin their day. They're not going to try and Ash that. That's actually unfortunate. We're going to go a Ballardrock. Comes on out to the field. I'm moving as if I can hear the music. I'm not. I'm just displaying traits of sociopathy. Then we can link off into the Vampire Sucker. And we are loving life. You love to see it. Vampire Sucker, for anyone who doesn't know, is basically just here to draw us extra cards. Once per turn, whenever a monster is summoned from the graveyard, you get to draw an extra card. That's the only reason it's here. So basically, whenever we summon Ballardrock next turn, it's just going to allow us to draw. We have Crossout. In case our opponent has Called by the Grave, we have Crossout. I would rather not negate my own Call by the Grave, but like, we sort of have to if it comes up. So Ballardrock is going to make its way downtown. Imperm. Why? I'm not negating that. I don't care about Imperm. What? You're going to stop me from drawing 1 card? Yeah. Lightning would be bad. That wouldn't be ideal. I feel like if he had it, though, he would have, like, held off on it. I don't know why he used Imperm right there instead of Imperming the Ballardrock once it was actually on the field. Like, was he that afraid of, like, a draw 1? Yeah, it's literally Zombie Heat Soul. Like, literally. Like, that's all it's there for. Upstart. If this is another one of these freaking... If this guy summons Magician's Rod... I would be able to cross out this, except my one is in my hand. Are you serious? God damn. Right. We're gonna cross out Imperm. We're gonna cross out Branded Fusion, right? We're gonna cross out Branded Fusion because, again, I doubt he's gonna have another Imperm. But, like, on the off chance, like, the slightest, minutest of chance, this is just a branded player that plays Upstart Goblin. I don't want him to be able to use Branded Fusion. Like, it's almost certainly not the case. He's almost certainly not playing branded. But on the off chance, if he summons the Fallen of... Oh, it's Sky Strikers. That's fine. Whatever, dude. Okay, so Ballardrock does nothing. Life gave a lot of lemons. Yeah, I wish it gave me some. I could use some lemons. What do we actually do about this, though? Yeah, I know. Generally, it does. I get it. That's why I was saying it was like the smallest of chances. Because what do we actually do to win this now? What do we actually do? I mean, we're not out of the game. Not by any stretch of the imagination. We still have our Ballardrock. Yeah, we chilling? The only bad thing that could happen here is if one of those face downs are Widow Wanker, and he, like, steals our Ballardrock for a turn, but even that's not, like, the worst thing to happen. Because if that is what's happening, he has to do it right now. Otherwise, his 2 cards are just getting popped. Bye-bye. Nothing? Really? Excellent. You love to see it. That is karma, my friend. I mean, yours was a lot more impactful. But, you know, still, it counts. It's fine. Oh, we can Verte into Branded Fusion, and then, we can Branded Fuse. Ah, damn it. We only get to summon once, is the only problem. We can't do it. It's branded. It's branded. Because the reason it's branded is so that we can do the Necro World Banshee. I think we are still going to summon Lebellion, but we're not going to be able to fuse with Lebellion. We're just going to be summoning it because it requires a Dark Monster. Which is a waste, and I know, and I get it, and it fucks up our branded going forward, but I don't think it's really optional. We need to have Zombie World in play. Otherwise, we're struggling. We are struggling. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. That's fine. I'm going to summon Verte Anaconda. Zombie World. Why can't I get... I can go into... That's why I can't go into Mirror Jade. It wasn't a question of I can't do Mirror Jade. It was a question of I want to have the Necro World Banshee in the graveyard so that I can banish it for Zombie World to have this. It's not the fusion monster itself was not the objective. I could have, yeah, but this is bad. Okay, that's fine. He's not going to be able to go for lethal. I could have gone Mirror Jade. I absolutely could have. I just didn't think it was going to be as good as the Ballardrock. So by going into Lobelion, we were sending the Necro World Banshee to the graveyard, which would then get us Zombie World for Ballardrock as follow-up. Damn it. We're fine. We're not going to lose this turn. We're going to be fine. Oh, no. Don't do that. We might not be fine, guys. I'm not going to lie. We might not be fine. Why is he so obsessed with my freaking vampire sucker? Why is he so obsessed with that thing? Eradicate Virus Tribute Doom King. Dark Lair zombies? Bots? No, absolutely not. That's garbage. He steals our Verte and then steals our sucker. Like, what are you gonna access code talker me? That would be that would be depressing. I would really rather you didn't. Who has a what? It's a dude. You've been trapped twice. Who has a crush on who? I'm not too up to date with vampire lore, I'll be honest. I just sort of play the game. She has the exact same sort of wing spikes as the Condemned Witch. You know, the one that ended up being the Dark Lord. Like, she has the exact same sort of wing spikes as the Condemned Witch. It's pretty interesting. Maybe that's just a thing that Konami thinks happens with wings. I don't know. We literally cannot veil her until our opponent goes into Access Code Talker. That's it. Like, that there's no other reason as to why they would take the Sucker and Verte Anaconda. They have to be aiming for access code. I'm blinding myself at the minute. My hair is too long, but it's way too cold to get a haircut. Outside, my window is just white. It is just nice. I know a lot of y'all live in the States where it might be a bit warmer. I look at my window, it is just white. God damn. Maybe. Anyway, you can view your deck at the moment. Unfortunately, no. Although Duel Links has that feature. I feel like Duel Links would be pretty cool if they brought that in. It's yellow. Yellow, then more yellow. What did you? You're gonna take my Doom King. How dare you? So he's gonna go Doom King. And then what? Doom King and access code for game? I mean, again, I know he's going into access code talker. He has to. Otherwise, he doesn't have lethal. And if he doesn't have lethal, I don't care. There's the Celine. He just dueled my Ballardrock. I'm actually livid. He just took my Ballardrock. He is going for game, but he doesn't have it because I've got Effect Veiler. So unless he's got Called by the Grave, which, I mean, he hasn't used, so I mean, he could have Called by the Grave, but like, I just hope he doesn't. I'll briefly throw the deck profile up on screen and after this game. Yeah, there's the access code. Finally, toggle on. Whatever, boost himself up to 53, and you will find yourself reduced back down to 23. Like, we knew that was coming. That's not news. Like, he's been setting this up for 7 years. Now, problem is, he has our boss monster. So what do we do about that? We don't have a card to discard. No way, buddy. That's tragic. That would have been the best top deck in the freaking game if we had a card to discard. Oh no. Hopefully he just play something that lets me draw, please. Just once. Go on, Hobie drop. Hobie drop. Ah, you're no fun. You're boring. Get out of here. If I hit Imperm with Cross-Hit Designator, I would have won this game. Oh my god. It needs to discard its cost, otherwise it would be disgusting. Absolutely. But you know what? Hands up. Fair enough. Our opponent got us. He got us. He was obsessed with that sucker the whole game. The whole game he was just negating that card. Don't know why. But now we do. Now we know exactly why. This man just had omniscience. I was playing against the reincarnation of God himself. This is a hand. Clairvoyance. This is like 3 of these cards were in the last hand that we had, and like it did not go well. This is fine. Yeah, this hand is fine. Unless our opponent has Ash Blossom, in which case the hand is not fine. Last time we had Call by the Grave. We don't have Call by the Grave this time. If our opponent has Ash Blossom, this is gonna be bad. Max C. Maximus C. We don't have a choice. It's fine. Maximum sheesh. Absolutely. God, I hate Max C. Why is that card allowed? It's not broken. I get it. There's only fucking 17 million different cards that negate it. I understand that it's not broken, but like, it's so annoying, my guy. Don't speak that into existence. How freaking dare you? We're gonna do one more, just because we also get a draw off of this. Unless our opponent imperms it again. But, we're just gonna rely on this. Oh, something lit up there. So he's got something. He's got, like, imperm. He's got something. So, I was happy enough to go into that last special summon, because at the very least, it's going to get us an additional card in the standby phase here. Unless we gave him Call by the Grave. Okay, no we didn't. We didn't. No Call by the Grave here. That's perfect. That's fine. We can live with that. We can live with that indeed. So we draw 1, unless he wants to stop this. It's new for new needs. Yeah, absolutely. Who said that in chat? You're getting banned. What the hell? God damn it. It's... You spoke it into existence. Literally, I don't know if the YouTube guy, people watching the stream later can see this. Literally in chat, imagine the Maxi draws Fever. How dare? How dare you? God damn it. Oh. If we survive the turn, we're fine. Kinda felt it, yeah. It wasn't a guess, it was a warning. Such is life. Speak something into existence now. Protos. Don't you I mean, yeah. Considering he had freaking 40 cards in his hand, if he didn't go into Protos, I would be pretty freaking surprised. So you can just search it. Oh, God. Okay, there's the strategist. Unless he already has, like, the emergence. Ditching the Ashuna. Does he actually not have the emergence? There's no way. Surely. He summoned all of these and still has 5 cards in his hand. What a freaking troll. He's going to use Ashuna now to go into... What? Doom King is... It's a zombie... Yeah, a zombie deck, yeah. Although, again, because we don't have Zombie World, he destroyed it because someone slid freaking Harpy's Feather Duster on top of this guy's deck before this freaking game started. We don't have Zombie World anymore. Because of the Feather Duster, so, you know, sucks to suck. That's why I met Rico in the freaking locker room and slid a card in his deck. How dare. Man. Do we have... I don't think we have Wingcon here at all. He swings into Doom King with Draco. Draco boost by freaking up to 58, swings into this, and then easy lethal. Oh, you can stop playing the game. You've already won. Come on, man. By the way, do I have grass? I don't. I was really tempted to craft it because I mean I get it. The guy's having fun. The guy's going to have an aneurysm if he keeps on pressing buttons. But no, I mean a grass zombie deck would be pretty fun. It is one I've been sort of thinking about. But again, grass is a UR, and rightly so in this case. Like unlike Upstart, I don't think Upstart deserves to be a UR, but grass definitely. Yeah, you could totally play a grass version. Let him waste time. He's wasting my time. That's it. Okay, great, fantastic. You don't care about Ash when you have it. Yeah, I suppose so. We've been going first a lot. Let's give our opponents a chance. They keep on playing, like, our opponents are playing, like, going second decks whenever they're going second. I'm gonna go second now, and this guy's gonna be playing some freaking nuts. Why did... We've only opened it once so far, I can't complain. We only play one of Fallen of Albaz, because we shuffle it back off of Lebellion, so we don't really need multiple of it. And again, if our brand gets disrupted, it's not the end of the deck, it's just kinda sucky. It doesn't really matter too much. Man. Card destruction. Oh my god. So, the first time we go second, we go against Drytron. Fantastic. I don't want to play the game anyway. It's fine. I'm surprised people still... Actually, it's back on the tier list, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure Drytron's tier 3. Yeah, I had to put a tier 3 for the tournament that we're running. So, like, Drytron, whether we like it or not, Drytron is back, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know a single rational person who is glad about that. But again, to be fair, look around it. You know, Drytron, you know, bad, not fun. But Runic, Flu, Eldritch, maybe Drytron's not that bad. Maybe I'd rather play against it than any of those. Well, I mean, I don't really mind Eldritch too much. And Flu kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie, Flu does kind of suck. I don't understand why people are really against it. You know, it's like, especially now that they don't have the barrier statue, like all of the Muppets who actually don't know how to really play the deck just don't have a way of playing it. Flu are sad now. Yeah, exactly. They don't really have, like, Flu. Everyone realized how to beat them. They're not that strong. Drytrons, though. Drytrons are pretty terrifying. Oh, was he actually just playing actual Drytrons? Oh, I thought he was going to be playing the Herald. No, this guy is playing actual Drytrons. Huh. Man, these cards look cool as hell, though. Like, look at this and tell me that your 11-year-old self inside doesn't freaking love that. Stylistically, these cards are nuts. I love them. Yeah, literally Gundam dragons. So they are. That's it. Gundam dragons. Absolutely. This looks like something out of freaking Power Rangers. I'd love to see it. He's gonna ritual summon it. Oh, Eda 10's coming out. That's gonna boost all his monsters. Oh, sorry. Wait. When it's summoned, add a ritual spell from deck or graveyard to hand. So what? He's gonna chain another ritual. Does he have a ritual? Oh, he does. He has the Draconids in his grave. I didn't realize Gundam was a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I didn't realize that that's what we were playing against. But he's going whole hog on the rituals. How do we beat this? Hang on, what do you guys actually do? Hang on, wait. You guys have text. Link Haribo, okay, whatever. Such ritual summon cards destroyed. Well, we're not destroying it. We're gonna banish it. Oh, what a top deck. We didn't really need this, but like it helps. I would have preferred Super Poly. That would have been a nuts top deck. One negate? Where's the one negate? Is it this thing? When your opponent activates a spell or trap card while you control the machine ritual... well that wouldn't be good. So I think I'm gonna activate zombie world, right? And I'm gonna bait him into negating it. Yeah. You're not a negate. You're sort of like just a big monster that protects itself. Like, that's fine. I don't care if you negate this. That's the point. That is the entire point, good sir. You were supposed to negate it. You've been baited. Wait, hang on. Oh, he sent Eva to grave. Now he gets to search for an extra card. Crap. Oh, but he didn't do it. Nice. You love to see it. We're going to go Branded Fusion. Man, that's why this, like, honestly, Branded mixes so ridiculously well with zombies. It's actually unreal. It's a bit of a shame we have the Fallen of Albaz in hand, but, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much. Because Lebellion comes on out here. Lebellion drops the Banshee to the graveyard, and Banshee gets Zombie World from deck. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we lose nothing from him destroying that Zombie World. Like, it's fine. We don't care. We're gonna shuffle back. Did you... Yeah. Yeah, we're sort of somewhere in between them. I wonder why, because Branded was not doing that well. I don't understand why they limited Branded Fusion. Like, it wasn't doing that well. It's not that good. We're going to banish Givenchy for our zombie world. We can go Glow Up Bloom. Oh, we can go Glow Up. Oh, but we can't. What do you call it? We can't go into Link Haribo. Oh, you pussy. Can't believe you surrendered. What a clown. Crap. Okay, we're only gonna play a couple more zombies ones. Man, this deck's so much fun though. Like, I'm loving this. 1 rank in 1 hour. Yeah, baby. It's only gonna take us 10 hours to get this done. Is that all? We got that Uni zombie on deck, my friend. Let's go. Oh, can you not? So we have two options, right? So, if our opponent has Ash Blossom in his hand, if we use Crossout to negate the Maxi, we kind of lose, right? Because we need at least one card from deck to graveyard to make this hand usable. What we can do is we can discard the Banshee for Zombie World, then we send Ballardrock Raw to grave. I think we just do that. I think we let the Maxi go, and then we just don't special summon. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't understand why that was even a decision. Yeah, we're just not gonna special summon. So we drop the Banshee. It just means we don't get the sucker, but like, that's fine. That's whatever. You know, it's not the end of the world. I would rather just do this. Instead of going Glow Up Bloom, we're just going to send Ballardrock Raw. Yeah, we'll just do that. I don't understand why that was even something I needed to think about. That was obviously the right play. That was pretty freaking stupid of me to do anything else. Because again, on the off chance he had Ash, that was going to be really bad. And now we still have our Crossout. If our opponent happens to top deck Feather, I can negate it off of Designator. Goddamn. Let's see though. This should be easy enough. Honestly, I'm pretty confident. Standby phase, you got it, boss. We got that Ballardrock on deck. Duster me, I dare you. In the OCG, yes. Or they will, effective, I think it's like the 23rd of January or something like that. They will be limiting it sometime soon. Ooh, Pascalis. fine. We're gonna leave it for now. Okay. What do you do? If he has the Marincess Wave in hand already, and again, I know we're assuming worst case scenario, if he has it in hand already and I allow him to go into the Anemone, I'm thinking it may be necessary. But I would rather hit the Link 3. I would rather hit it. But at the same time, if I wait until that happens... Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we're just going to leave it, and we're going to hit the monster that actually matters. We're just going to assume that we're not so unlucky that he already has Marincess Wave in hand. And remember, that his monsters being zombies might actually slow him down. I don't know if any of the Marincess require Cyberse monsters for summon. They might not. They probably don't. But if they do, then got him. I don't know. I doubt it. What are you doing? Blue Tang, we don't care about any of this nonsense. Ugh. Blue Tang, he's got the slug, he's just got everything. Hit the Link 2 since... Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, in terms of the banish, I'm planning on banishing the Anemone, and I'm saving the negate for the Link 3. Because the Anemone's really annoying, because it keeps on coming back. Splash Mage requires Cybers, yeah. Nice. Okay, so no Splash Mage for you, good sir. Okay. I mean, we're kind of liking it, you know? Marincess is kind of nice. You know, you don't see a lot of Marincess around anymore because it's just a bad version of Towers. No, it's not Master Duel just yet, my friend. It's just the OCG. People are a little bit worried it's going to be coming to Master Duel, but it's not going to be anytime soon, so don't worry about it. That's fine. If he summons Crystal Heart, so it's either the Anemone or the Crystal Heart we're banishing. The Anemone is here. The Anemone is here. Target a water monster with 1500 attack or less in your graveyard and speckle summon it. Let's see. What's coming to Master Duel? Probably my Char, if this guy has some way of negating this, if I were to guess. Yeah, we'll do this. Limit the branded. Yeah, it's not coming to Master Duel yet. We don't know anything about that. People are just worried about it coming to Master Duel. Exactly. Oh, it's completely different. Completely different. This man just had sign-up mining this whole time? Are you serious? Yeah, because he didn't have the wave in hand. The only way that it was a bad play is if he had the wave in hand. Banish. He's got nothing. He can't do anything. He's got nothing. Oh. You what, man? That's pretty interesting. Was he gonna try and do summon frog? Hey, yo. Summon frog, hello? Hang on, wait, hang on. I don't know if negating this was right, but I can't let him go in the frog. Like, that's not happening. Can't let him do that. He's got nothing. He's gonna be able to take out my... If he was smart, he would target Unizombie. But he's not smart. Luckily, our opponent is actually legitimately brain dead. So, you know, luckily for us, he doesn't actually know how to play the game. if our opponent had basic reading comprehension skills, they would understand that that was a bad move. This being a level 5, I can actually go into the Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord using this guy. Because we bring out Ballardrock, right? And then that's you know, whatever, that's fine. Then we're going to activate the Unizombie. We're going to drop from deck to graveyard. We're going to boost up Ballardrock's level, first of all. And we're just going to win. Man, I really wanted to play that out. I was going to send from deck to graveyard like the Mizuki, boost this guy's level up to 6, then normal summon Solitaire, 6+4 for the Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord. Man. Being destroyed while trying to learn how to play Salamangreats. We're going to try Salads next. I've been playing Salamangreats on Duel Links, and they're really fun. So like the more I play it, the more I look at it and see it, the more I want to be good at it, but I'm just not good at it. But we'll see. This is our last game of zombies, and it gave us a pretty decent hand. It's pretty good. Because we got follow-up. We were going to go Unizombie. Dragoon's nuts. It is really good, but it's like, it's not that good. The card itself, I would say the card itself is stronger than DPE. What made the DPE engine better was Celestial, because you're able to draw 2, and it's not as restrictive, and like the Malicious Denier engine is also really good. Having more fusion of deaths would be nice for heroes. Absolutely. I think they deserve it, because I don't think DPE is broken. I feel like they should bring it out. Because there's not a lot of decks now that would even play it, you know? Oh, we may play Heroes on stream. What? Heroes is nice. Ooh. Well, first, let's finish off our last Zombies game. Goyuki. Oh, Goyuki's pretty sick as well. I've never actually played Goyuki, but I know how they play, and I'm a fan. I like it. Okay, let's go Necro World Banshee. Sick. We're gonna go Zombie World. That's fine. Even if he negates this, right? We have the branded fusion to do the exact same thing. So, like, we don't care. Like, this is just Ashbait. We're gonna send Glow Up Bloom. Glow Up Bloom to Grave. Doom King to Field. And now we get to play Mazira. Because of branded fusion. That's... Oh wait, hang on, wait, why can't I do this? Wait, why can't I play you? Oh, Glow Up Bloom locks me into zombies. I'm stupid. Damn it. God damn it, Bobby. Unironic. Are they? In what way? In what way do heroes counter runic? Definitely free Dragoon, absolutely. Banning Dragoon gives me the big sad. From what I see, isn't the zombie deck. It is very reliant on the field spell. It is, but that is part of the way it's built. So, Zombie World itself, of course, we're running 3 copies of it. You've got the Terraforming, so you've got 4 copies basically of the field spell. Then you have the Necroworld Banshee, which can banish itself from the graveyard to activate the field spell straight from deck. So there's an extra 3 copies. You can send Necroworld Banshee to the graveyard from Unizombie, of which you run 6 copies, and you can also send it to the graveyard off of Branded Fusion, which you run 3 copies. So you will virtually always have the field spell. There hasn't been a single game so far where we haven't had the field spell. The only issue is that when it gets destroyed, you're maybe not so happy. But generally speaking, you're fine. To Buster Lock, absolutely. A man of culture we've got in chat here. Buster Locking Despia players, absolute chat, 100%. Destiny Hero Dark Angel. Oh, we're gonna finish off with some Sword Souls. I was gonna call them Shiranus, that's not right. Sword Souls. Zombie deck. Half the deck is zombie. Literally half the deck is Zombie World. Yeah, literally half the deck is Zombie World. Destiny Hero Dark Angel. I've seen Dark Angel. I just don't know what it does. Like, I've seen people play it. but like I've never stopped to read it because usually those people lose. They've got, what have they got? They got a Shuna engrave. Oh, you absolute muppet. He's gonna send Vishuda. Yeah, he's gonna try and use Vishuda's effect to return us. I'm pretty sure Ballardra can still negate it because at the point of activation, it was still technically a zombie. So the effect of his zombie monster was activated. So I should be able to do it. Hang on, I think my dog's at my door. My dog is wearing a cone. He's very sad. But yeah, Vishuda, we can negate it. Make sure that door's closed. Dark Angel. Redestiny her monster's graveyard. Summon Dark Angel opponent's field, and a spell activates negated as long as they have that. Oh, okay. That's pretty sick. I like it. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, that seems pretty nuts. Okay. I can dig it. Our opponent is like, they're struggling. They are struggling. Yeah. What are they? They're banishing a Shuna. Why would you banish a Shuna? You have Shifana in hand. You should have activated Shifana first. Unless you're planning on going into the Link 2, the Shaman? Rocket Buster. Rocket Buster is fun. Yeah. Rocket Buster, again, that's one of the ones we tested. It's not as good as the Synchro version, I don't think. There's not a ton of synergy other than the whole having a dragon, but it's still pretty solid. Best board's probably what? Dark Angel, Plasma, Darklaw. Darklaw will be a pretty... Wait, does Darklaw affect all cards or is it just monsters? Because if Darklaw is all cards, that'd be pretty sick. DPE as well, yeah. What is this guy doing? I don't understand. He can't summon the Shaman because he doesn't control any worm monsters. I don't get it. He doesn't know, but that's he can't summon it even if he wanted to. He has zombies. all he controls is zombies. He can't banish a worm monster from graveyard because he doesn't have any. He has zombies. Like he can't play the game. He can't summon Shaman, it requires worms. He can't banish for Taya, it requires worms. He can't do anything. Because all of his cards are zombies. It's great. I think our opponent has given up. I don't think they're here to play the game anymore. Unless that was just like a little slap on the wrist for being stupid. Slapped himself on the wrist. Crossout is nuts. Oh, Zombie World, that's what I'm saying. Zombie World completely cocks Sword Souls. They cannot play the game. It's so funny. God, I'm glad I got at least one good game against Sword Souls in here before finishing off zombies. That's disgusting. So we're gonna drop... we're gonna change Unizombies level by dropping the Mazira. Do I even care about that? Did I just let that go through? Or do I cross out that? Or do I just negate it? I'll just negate it, actually. Show him the terraforming. I probably will, yeah. Just because. But that's the thing, Ash is a zombie in hand. It's naturally a zombie, so Doom King can always negate it. Like, there's no way. Send to graveyard. I wanted to send this guy to grave, the Mazira. He's pretty nuts. I love that card. Let's go terraforming. Why not? And here is what you could have won. I want to keep cross out for harpies, like on the off chance. Let's go. Branded Fusion. Aye. It's pretty disgusting. It's honestly, it's a little rude. I'll be real. What we're doing to this man, kind of rude. Fusion material. What do we send? I can send Glow Up Bloom, right? And then it will summon out the other Ballardrock. And we just double Ballardrock. So, oh, come on, my guy. You can't summon that on the turn you use Branded Fusion, because Branded Fusion locks you into Fusion only. But apart from that, you can totally. That's where Mazira comes in later on down the line. Alright, so getting into the deck list. Again, as you saw most of the combos in the gameplay, to be honest. Most of it was fairly self-explanatory, but we're going to go sort of through card for card and see how exactly it all breaks down. First of all, we are going to remove the fluff as we normally do. We're going to drop the 3 Veilers, the 3 Ash Blossoms, the 3 Infinite Impermanents, and then the 2 Call by the Grave and the Cross-Out Designator, as well as the Harpy's Feather Duster. So those are all slots with which you can do whatever you want. 13 flex spots, you go nuts, you play whatever you fancy. A lot of people would consider Super Poly among those flex spots. I think those people need to reevaluate their priorities. I feel like Super Poly is absolutely broken in this deck. So absolutely, I would consider Super Poly to be core. In general then, what the deck does is somewhat similar to the free-to-play version that we were posting in theory, in that you want to send stuff from deck to graveyard. Now, the way in which this deck does it is a little bit more concise. We don't have 9 different starters in terms of getting it. We have 2 main starters that we have multiple routes of searching. So, of course, we have Unizombie as the main and most powerful. Unizombie, we're running the 3 copies, but we're also running 3 copies of Shiranui Solitaire, which can tribute another zombie on the field, including itself, to summon out the Unizombie or the Glow Up Bloom directly from the deck. Any zombie that has, any zombie tuner monster, I believe, that has 0 defense, yeah. So Unizombie and Glow Up Bloom are both valid targets for that search, which makes Solitaire a very powerful card. He does have additional effects. I was very tempted to run Spectral Sword in the deck just to utilize the additional effects of Solitaire and maybe do some more synchro plays. If that's something you're interested in, maybe you could drop the Feather Duster and go Spectral Sword. If I was looking for a 40th card, if I took out Harpy's Feather Duster and I was looking for card number 40, I would play the Spectral Sword. Just on occasion, it's a little bit inconsistent whenever you open with it, and with the main plays themselves being so straightforward and consistent, this is usually a turn 3 or turn 5 situation. So it's not really something that I was preparing myself too much for, because most duels don't go on that long. So yeah, you can definitely put in the Spectral Sword if you want to take better advantage of the synchro plays and the Shiranui plays. Absolutely go nuts. But for now, we're just using it to utilize the Unizombie and Glow Up Bloom. Now, what does Unizombie actually do that makes it so good? Well, you can discard a card from your hand to increase the level of a card on the field by 1, as well as sending a zombie from deck to graveyard to increase the level of a card on the field by 1. So both of those effects are extremely useful, because you have basically every single zombie in the deck, barring the likes of Solitaire, wants to be in the graveyard. They don't want to be in your hand, they don't want to be in your deck. Glow Up Bloom, Necro Banshee, Ballardrock all get their effects while they're in the graveyard. So he just enables the rest of the deck, essentially. So what are your targets then you want to be sending to the graveyard? Well, if you have Zombie World on the field, typically you're going to be wanting to use Glow Up Bloom. So Glow Up Bloom, if you already have Zombie World in the field, is going to be the first card you send off of Unizombie, because while Zombie World is face up, you can banish Glow Up Bloom from the graveyard in order to summon from your deck a level 5 or higher zombie. That is how you're going to get your Ballardrock into play. You could of course just send Ballardrock to the graveyard directly, but Glow Up Bloom summoning it to the field gives you additional plays in terms of being able to link summon off into your Vampire Sucker, potentially even Verte Anaconda. Wait, no, sorry, only Vampire Sucker, because Glow Up Bloom does lock you in the zombies, be aware of that. That's something that I often trip over. So the Unizombie can send the Glow Up Bloom, which will summon out Ballardrock, then these two link summon into Vampire Sucker. That sets up the Vampire Sucker and Ballardrock combo, where basically every single turn Ballardrock comes back to the field, and every time something is summoned from the graveyard, Vampire Sucker nets you an additional card. So that's very, very good. We have Plague Spreader, of course, as a level 2 tuner that can be sent to the grave off of Unizombie. Basically allows you to go into things like your Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord, into the likes of the Skeletal Felgrin. Why are we not playing things like Baron de Fleur? You absolutely can. I just wanted to play the Zombie Vampire instead because I wanted, you know, to utilize every summoning mechanic in the extra deck. And quite often you're going to be locked out of summoning anything but zombies. And that is something to consider. You know, Glow Up Bloom is a core engine card, and it is often going to lock you out of being able to summon anything that isn't a zombie. So having a zombie level 10 synchro like this, or if you want to get spicy with it, you can also go for the Shiranui Sun Saga, which is a UR that I do not possess, but this is another really powerful level 10 synchro. This is probably stronger than the Red Eye Zombie Dragon Lord. However, in this version of the deck, we're not playing a lot of synchro monsters to utilize its full ability, so the Zombie Dragon Lord will end up netting you more advantage. So this is a very powerful card. Felgrand, of course, banishing something every time it's summoned. All of these cards are made usable through Plague Spreader, as well as Unizombie. So that's why Plague Spreader's here. Mizuki, when in the graveyard, banish hit the special summon a zombie from your grave. It is that simple, a portable and sendable monster reborn. You love to see it. The Necroworld Banshee, vital card to play in the deck. While on the field or in the graveyard, you can banish it as cost to search your deck for Zombie World. Banishing as cost means it cannot be hit with the likes of Imperm, can't be Veiled, can't be hit with Call by the Grave, it can't be hit with Ash Blossom because it's not searching the card, it's just activating it straight from deck. So this is a very hard card for them to interrupt. So definitely a very easy route to get into your Zombie World, and Zombie World is what makes the deck go round. We're playing a single Fallen of Albaz for our branded engine. We don't need anything more than this. One is fine. Doom King Ballardrock. Doom King Ballardrock, we're playing 2 because everyone knows that this is the big bad boss of your deck. So they're going to be trying their best to banish it through things like Call by the Grave, anything like that. So we're playing a second copy just in case they happen to be successful. This is the boss monster of the deck, even beyond the likes of Mirror Jade. Basically, he has 2 main effects. Whenever a zombie monster activates its effect, he gets the ability to negate that effect. And if a zombie monster activates its effect, he gets the ability to banish a card on the field or in the graveyard. A monster card specifically. Now that is, you can use both of those effects once each per turn. So he basically has 2 interruptions built into one card. And that one card, if in the graveyard during the standby phase, if there is a field spell active on either side of the field, he will resurrect himself and infinitely recur. So you want to get this guy off the field, you will use his effects, use him as link material, use him as synchro material, as exceed material, whatever you want to do. He's always going to come back, which means he's continually generating you advantage while continually chipping away and controlling your opponent's ability to play the game. And its effects state that whenever a zombie monster activates its effect, that's what they do. But don't forget, every monster on the field and in the graveyards will be zombies thanks to Zombie World. And if they were to activate the likes of Ash Blossom or Ghost Bell or anything from their hand that would normally not be affected by Zombie World, those cards are already zombies. So your opponent can't even Ash Blossom you without fearing the wrath of Doom King Ballardrock. So 100%, very, very powerful card, brutal card. This is the real boss monster of zombies, unfortunately not available in the structure deck, which I felt was a bit of a bummer. This is the only real card they were missing in the structure deck, to be fair, so we'll give them a bye ball. It was fine, they were pretty close. But Ballardrock is the big bad boss of zombies. Next, our only remaining monster in the main deck, Agul Mizera. You can cut this guy, I know, but he is so good. Like, he gets the ability to just protect all of your zombies from destruction if he's either in your hand or in your graveyard, and then he resummons himself whenever he's banished. So he just infinitely resummons himself, and then whenever he's sent to the graveyard again, he activates his destruction protection effect again once per turn. So he's just a continual loop of protection, resummon, protection, resummon, protection, resummon, and it's very, very good. In a synchro-based version of the deck, you may even want to consider the likes of Golden Sarcophagus in order to banish this guy directly from the deck in order to utilize his ability to resummon himself to the field. So there are definitely, in fact you could probably even squeeze it into this version. I would maybe cut Feather Duster for it. But yeah, this guy is pretty strong as a continual recurring extender, as well as a continual protection for all of your zombies. And remember, all of your monsters are going to be zombies, so even the likes of Mirror Jade is no longer a worm, it's a zombie. Getting into the fields, we have a couple of generic one-ofs. We have Foolish Burial. Of course we do send a monster protect the graveyard. This is basically an additional copy of Necroworld Banshee, an additional copy of Ballardrock, an additional copy of Mizuki. All of these powerful cards that you want in your graveyard, this is just an extra one-of. Terraforming, an additional zombie world, you'll love to see it. Again, we're running up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to count this as 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 ways of getting into zombie world. 17. Half of our deck is zombie world. That's nuts. And how does the branded fusion get you into zombie world, what you ask? Well, you're fusion summoning by sending monsters from your deck to the graveyard. It's pretty obvious. If you don't already have zombie world, well, you're going to send a Necroworld Banshee as well as your Fallen of Albaz in order to fusion summon into Lebellion the Searing Dragon. And then Lebellion the Searing Dragon, its discard effect becomes beneficial because if you have the likes of any of your main zombies in your hand, you can then ditch them to the graveyard to utilize their effects. So it is pretty handy, and if you do already happen to have zombie world on the field, well then Branded Fusion can instead send the likes of Ballardrock. If you already have Ballardrock, it sends Mizira. So it's Mizira could be sent for the summon of Titaniclad, which is something that we sort of do for follow-up. But for your primary combo, being able to pitch your Banshee, to pitch your Ballardrock, to pitch your Plague Spreader, sometimes you'll pitch Blow Up Bloom. You need to really sort of work your chains pretty well there to make sure that doesn't backfire on you, but that can still work. Being able to send all of these powerful dark monsters to the graveyard is really, really beneficial, as well as the fact that, don't forget, we're summoning one of the most powerful monsters in the game, Mirror Jade the Iceblade Dragon. This card is insane for anyone who has forgotten or hasn't faced Branded in the last 20 minutes. But yes, no, you're able to summon Mirror Jade, which is a brutally powerful monster, as well as get yourself some follow-up, as well as put your main engine cards into the graveyard. It's nuts. Branded Fusion alongside any card that mills a monster protect the graveyard, or that searches your zombie world, or that is zombie world, is automatically sort of full combo. You're able to go into Mirror Jade Lockdown alongside Ballardrock. But no, pretty nuts. Zombie world we've already talked about. All monsters on the field and in both graveyards become zombies. Neither player contributes summon monsters, and like that doesn't come up a lot, but like that specifically stops flowing the raise, which I find pretty funny. But that's pretty much the only thing it stops. But no, that hard stops flowing the raise because they can't tribute summon their big monsters, which is pretty funny. Then Super Poly, discard a card to fusion summon using any monsters on the field. Now the discard cost is a little bit pricey on occasion. There is a duel where we sort of had an unfortunate, I'm sure you've seen it, where we top decked in the Super Poly and it was tragic. We did no other cards to discard, so occasionally it's a bummer, but most of the time you're able to garner additional advantage off of it. And why is it so powerful in this deck in particular? Well, that leads us straight into a conversation about our extra deck, beginning with the Dragon Necro Neversoul Dragon. This card has a bunch of text, like these are all words that definitely do stuff, but its main qualification for being in this deck is the fact that its materials are any two zombie monsters. Now, I'm not going to keep repeating this, but every monster on the field becomes a zombie, so this is essentially any two monsters, which is pretty good. I'm going to keep it real, that's pretty good. And they cannot respond to Super Poly, so an unresponsive -2 to your opponent, as well as putting a 3k beater on your field, is pretty insane. It has a bunch of text, but its effect isn't all that great. Its main thing is it's got 3k attack and it takes out 2 of your opponent's monsters on summon. We also have the Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, just in case we don't have Zombie World up or if we need a second monster. This could be a second Neversoul Dragon. However, I wanted a little bit of variety, just in case we didn't have Zombie World, even though half of our deck is Zombie World. Our branded package then, we're running 5 branded fusions. We're running the 2 Mirror Jade, the 1 Lebellion, 1 Albion the Branded Dragon, and 1 Titaniclad. Now, Mirror Jade and Lebellion are obvious. Lebellion is your main engine card. You'll summon this off Branded Fusion, discard a card to shuffle back fusion materials to bring out your Mirror Jade. Albion is here to be sent to the graveyard off of Mirror Jade's effect to banish a card on the field, and then Albion's effect in the graveyard activates to get you another branded fusion. Now, the second branded fusion can either be used to summon out your second Mirror Jade if your Mirror Jade has been destroyed, or it can be used to summon Titaniclad, which is going to be a huge beater against 100 attack multiplied by the level of the monsters used for its summon. So you're going to be typically using either Agul Mazira or Baladrock, which is a level 8, plus your level 4 Fallen of Albaz. Typically he's going to be 3700 attack points, and during the turn he is summoned, he's unaffected by the activated effects of any extra deck monster. So Titaniclad and Mirror Jade are your two actual branded boss monsters. But Mirror Jade, of course, banishing cards in the field, definitely the more powerful one. But Titaniclad coming in here for a second-hand beatdown if you need it, as well as getting more key materials to the graveyard. Getting into synchros. Synchros you won't use too often in this version of the deck, but I do think they're necessary to keep in because of the versatility of Plague Spreader, as well as Mizuki and Solitaire, making them all very good. These would be significantly more useful if you were to include the card Shiranui Spectral Sword, which allows you to synchro summon by banishing itself as well as another monster from the graveyard. This has excellent synergy with Solitaire, so it could be something worth considering. If you are a fan of the synchro package, I would definitely recommend it. I was just a little bit more focused on the pure Baladrock package, which the Branded Fusion led itself into. Branded Fusion, of course, locking you out of any fusion, of any extra deck summoning that isn't fusion. So you do what you want with that one. It will make all of these way more consistent and powerful, but it's not mandatory. You've got the Samurai Saga, which is essentially your token non-tuner level 6. He's really only here to climb into other synchro monsters. He can shuffle a banished zombie monster back into the deck and change all monsters your opponent controls to defense to have less attack than it or something like that. So I mean, it's kind of got a cool effect that helps recycle some of your banished big zombies that banish themselves for cost. So that's something, although it very rarely comes up. Immortal Dragon is the one, it's the level 6 you'll use more often because of its effect to send another zombie from deck to graveyard and change its level according to the difference between this card's original level and the sent monster's level. So that will give you a lot more flexibility when it comes to enabling your Baladrock, your Mazira, your zombie world, as well as opening up the gates to additional synchro summoning. So this card is definitely the better of the two level 6s, but they serve different purposes. You would be best to include a non-tuner as well as the Immortal Dragon. Next, getting into the Skeletal Dragon Felgren. This is definitely, I would say, the more powerful of all of the synchro monsters in the extra deck, purely because when it's special summoned, you get to banish a card on your opponent's graveyard or on their field, which then can be chained off of the effect of the Red-Eyed Zombie Dragon Lord to be utilized again. So the Felgren Dragon is very strong in that it just gets banishing your opponent's cards, and if it's already face up and another monster is summoned from the graveyard, you get the ability to negate the effect of a monster on the field, which is quite handy as well. It doesn't often come up, but like I said, it is very powerful. And the Red-Eyed Zombie Dragon Lord, basically this guy doesn't do much by himself. He is more so an enabler for your other cards, because during your opponent's turn, you can target a zombie in the graveyard and basically special summon it to the field. And if this card happens to be in your graveyard, you can banish a zombie monster on your field to resurrect this card. So it's sort of like a circle of resurrection, enabling all of your other zombies to come back from the grave to continue doing their thing. So, you know, it is definitely a very good card in combination, especially with Felgren. But like I said, this is probably going to be the easiest 1-2 summon because you're almost always going to have a level 8 on your field. So bear that in mind alongside your Plague Spreader. Even Unizombie can sometimes, there was one of the games we were about to go into, the Red-Eyed Zombie Dragon Lord, because we were able to boost our Unizombie up to like level 6, and we were going to use Unizombie plus Solitaire. That was pretty funny, but our opponent scooped before we could get it all the way done. Getting in then to the Zombie Vampire, I wanted to include this card because it's really brutally powerful, as well as the fact that we're playing a decent couple of level 8s that can recur themselves very easily. So this card, I'm definitely a big fan. Basically, you just send the top 4 cards of both players' deck to the graveyard, and any monster that pops up among those 8 cards, you get to take. That's pretty good. I like that. And if you happen to steal an opponent's monster, then you can sort of use it as material for this regardless of its level. I don't think we own a way of doing that in this particular version, so that's not a massive sort of thing we can do. But if you want to play something like that, it opens up the gates. You don't have to play this guy. I don't think he's core to the function of the deck. You can maybe include Baron de Fleur or Sun Saga in this spot, but he's pretty strong. I like this card. I'm a big fan. Plus, you know, he's an Exceed card. I wanted to include everything. And lastly, getting into our Link monsters. I apologize if I'm talking very fast. Link monsters, we have 3 Link monsters, all engine-based cards, nothing really too fancy. We have Link Karibo, which is used in combination with your Glow Up Bloom in order to set up your Vampire Sucker combo. So if you have Zombie World on your field, you'll be able to normal summon Glow Up Bloom, link it off in the Link Karibo, and then the Glow Up Bloom will summon Ballardrock from the deck. Ballardrock plus the Link Karibo goes in the Vampire Sucker, and there you go. We actually did that one a couple of times on the stream. It did happen on occasion. It's not necessarily the greatest of plays, but it also it sets up what you want it to set up. So, you know, what's the issue? Vampire Sucker, as we described earlier on, its main effect is basically that you can, every time a monster is summoned from the graveyard once per turn, you draw an additional card. Considering your cards are always coming back from the graveyard, especially Ballardrock, even during your opponent's turn, that means you're constantly being able to draw additional cards, which is just handy, you know? More cards equals more chance of winning. Pretty much as simple as that. It also does have a couple of neat effects where if you're tribute summoning something, you can tribute a monster your opponent controls for it. That's kind of cool. It never really came up, but it is something to bear in mind if you want to just tribute over your opponent's cards for the likes of your Ballardrock or your Mazera. That is definitely something you can do. And lastly, we have Verte Anaconda. I'm not going to insult your intelligence by explaining what this card does, but basically being able to get in the Branded Fusion whenever you want is incredible. The only issue with that is typically you would just go Mirror Jade, which doesn't really benefit the zombie engine very much. So sometimes you'll find yourself using Verte Anaconda for Super Poly. Sometimes you'll actually summon Lebellion off of this card, even though Lebellion doesn't get its secondary effect, but you'll be doing it specifically just to send certain cards from deck to graveyard, although you'll more often do that with Titaniclad, sending Ballardrock plus your Albaz to the grave in order to summon a Titaniclad. That just puts your Ballardrock in the grave, gives you a big ass beater, and basically sets you up to take the game. Now, in terms of other ways, there are other ways of playing the deck. Of course there are. I know a lot of people maybe don't like seeing the branded engine. I'm telling you, in Zombies, the branded engine is going to be far and away the best way of playing it. I can guarantee you, specifically just because it actually fuels the objective of the deck. I know there's a whole bunch of synchro variants of zombies out there, and synchro variants of zombies are fun, and I will definitely be exploring them. I'm planning on building a deck for that very, very soon. I'm going to craft the Sun Saga, because he's going to be key in that. It's definitely very fun, but they're not always super conducive to the overall aim of the deck. Sort of, if you think about this zombie deck as being a straight line arrow, and like it has a direction and as an objective, it is doing this thing to win the game. Synchro variants of it are sort of like, well, if you have this hand and you do this, if you have this hand and you do this, and they're sort of all over the place, and they lack continuity in terms of the consistency of their strategies, which isn't always something you want to be bringing into a ranked environment. So again, that's entirely up to yourselves. It's still a ton of fun, and I'm still going to look at it, but if you want actual competitive zombies, this is what it's going to look like, to the best of my knowledge anyway. If someone knows a better way of playing it, without playing that grass looks greener, because that grass looks greener is pretty wild. I don't use it in this version of it because, one, it's a UR that I do not possess, and two, it's not very consistent. To be honest, I prefer consistency over going balls to the wall any day of the week. I just want a consistent strategy, and I'm going into the game, I know what I'm doing, and I know how I'm going to win. That's just my take on it. If you guys have any differing opinions, feel free to let me know down below. If you have any particular builds or anything like that you want to show me that you think might be better, or at the very least are different and potentially fun, you can jump into the Discord. We have a zombies channel dedicated like we do any deck we've ever posted on the channel. You can throw your deck lists in, give your opinions, give your breakdowns, ask questions, do whatever you want in the Discord, as well as sort of speak to me and others directly, participate in duel rooms, participate in competitions. Go nuts, it's open to everybody. No sort of requirements or fees or anything like that, so you can just hop in whenever you want, and I will see you all there. See you on the next one.